Go.
Hi, I'm Nanu, and this is my litter survey final video. Um, I went to 8 locations all over Galveston to capture litter. It took me 2 days. The following slides will show 4 locations that I went to on the first day. Location 1 was a construction site by the Seawall Boulevard. There was trash all over the place. It was just insane. Location 2 was also a construction zone. I think it's common to see litter near construction zones, I guess. This was also by Seawall Boulevard. The third location were shops, deep inside Galveston. The final location of day 1 were the deep suburbs. And this is a map of the locations that I went to on the first day. This is a graphical representation of the types of litter I found on the first day. They ranged from cigarette butts to syringes, and they were all over the place. I classified them under broad categories, and as we can see, the type of waste that was found the most was plastic, right in the middle. The least type of waste that was found were classified as medical items, which was only one, and it was a syringe. Other and miscellaneous accounted for 44 items in total. It was a majority part, but there was no broad category I could put them into. So I put them under other. Day 2 was 4 more locations. The first location was an alleyway in the suburbs, which was basically in the middle of nowhere. Location 2 was an abandoned restaurant by Broadway. Day 2 location 3 was another part of the suburbs that was deep in Galveston. It was just full of trash and broken branches. And day 2 location 4 was the back of a shop. This is a map of the places that I visited on day 2. And this is yet another graphical representation of waste that I saw on day 2. As you can see, the beverage category shot up by a lot than before, and the number of medical waste remained the same. The least type of waste that was found was medical and clothing. I found a jeans and a pair of jeans and a mask. I think someone had a party, which is alright given that it was a Saturday. Next, we are going to talk about litter impact on the environment. Please note that this background picture can only be attained if there was no litter, so don't litter, please. So, number 1, plastic litter is diverse and now very widely distributed in the marine environment. Many kinds of plastic litter are extremely persistent, often for several decades. Some kinds of marine organisms are particularly vulnerable to plastic litter, including turtles, marine mammals, suspension feeders, and deposit feeders. This is a picture of the forest, which was full of trash. Some plastic components and their constituent chemicals can be transferred through marine food webs, phthalates, example, etc. Plastic litter can play a role in facilitating the introduction of invasive species into new localities, thereby influencing both biodiversity and ecosystem structure and functions in some areas. The use of plastics is continuing unabated and will increase in the future. Hydrodynamics and degradability determine the fate of litter at sea. Now, moving on to how litter relates to my major. I am hoping to get into aerospace engineering next year, and space litter is a growing concern. If the litter in space increases, it would make it even harder for future engineers like me and my friends to launch things into space for the purpose of space exploration, tech advancements, or possibly space habitation. Now, cleaning up space is difficult and several attempts have been made to clean it up, but only a few have succeeded. The next slide is citations. On that note, the presentation ends here. The citations are in APA format and are also given in the document that I turned in on Canvas. Thank you.